Hello, dear masters. A hearty welcome to you all to day 20 of 21-day Digital Dhyan Swadhyay Yogam presented by PSSM Global, a wonderful platform on which masters across the globe have been sharing great wisdom with us all. My humble pranams to Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji. It's my privilege to introduce today's guest speaker to you all, Chandra Pulamarasetti, a successful entrepreneur, former vice president of IBM Corporation, transformational meditation coach, and board member of few non-profits, including Pyramid Valley International. Chandra attributes a lot of his success, including the acquisition of his software company, to the powerful techniques based on meditation and manifestation. He has been practicing meditation for over 20 years now, teaches regularly to organizational and business leaders and professionals, and participates in several meditation service activities. Chandra is a computer science engineer from BITS Pilani and a core technologies, as well as his heart with as well as at his heart with two patents to his credit. Chandra is founder of a non-profit entity called Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation that enables leaders to transform themselves with meditation practice and spiritual wisdom and adopt to spiritual social responsibility. Without further delay, let me welcome Chandra sir, who is joining us today to share wisdom on the topic, tuning into quantum energy, field of infinite potentials. Hearty welcome, sir.
Thank you, Swapna ji, Swapna Gajara ji. So that's one amazing to be part of this platform.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Very happy and blessed to connect with you on this platform. The stage is all yours.
Thank you so much. Digital Dhyana Swadhyaya Yagna platform, beautifully organized, as I've been following some sessions by PSSM Global. I think Pari has been doing amazing, wonderful work worldwide. And this particular program, as I was told, organized by Swarnalata Madam, Anuradha Madam, and Sai Krishna Teja, I think a youngster. It gives me great pleasure. And my congratulations to all of you to so enthusiastically organizing this. The other day, Karthikeyan sir was sharing about his nice experience on this program. That happened just about last week, right? I think something like the last week or so. So friends, my journey to is in PSS movement very deeply. I live in Bangalore. Thank you, Swapna Garu, for a beautiful introduction, generous introduction. I live in Bangalore and I learned meditation through my younger brother, Dr. GK. Spiritual Tablets Foundation, founder of Spiritual Tablets. In the same year, this is in 1999, I met him. I mean, when we came back from the United States, so he came to us to teach meditation. And he stayed with us for almost 3 months, just to see that I learned meditation. And at the same time, I met Patri sir in Bangalore, very early days. And I was very intrigued that a medical doctor saying that meditation heals. And a master, hundreds of people are following a master. So I felt there's got to be something in meditation. And that's how my quest for meditation started. It took me 3 years. I was in the portals of the edges of meditation. But finally, when I plunged in deeply in the year 2002, there was no looking back. In about 2 months of deep meditations, every day 1 to 2 hours, and reading of several books during that period, like Richard Bach's, Jonathan Livingston Seagull, Conversation with God by Neil Donald Walsh was the book that actually awakened me quite a bit. Conversations with God by Neil Donald Walsh. I read Illusions, I read Swami Rama, I read Yogananda Paramahamsa's books, Deepak Chopra's books. So many of the books I read during those 2-3 months time frame. And I really understood a statement that always intrigued me. that suffering is due to individual ignorance, that happiness or sadness, success or failure is due to the individual ignorance of how we take it. I understood that more than 90% of how we feel about ourselves, about our environment, is really here. That if we change the meaning of whatever that we feel, whatever that experience, then automatically that we're also changing of how we feel. It's really in the mind that I really recognize that now the mind is causing all the challenges, all the problems, all the troubles, frustrations. So that's when I understood through these 2 months of meditation, by reading a lot of books and expanding the consciousness, that if we can rectify the mind, then we can have a great future, great life. And meditation automatically did the magic. We didn't have to do anything other than practicing meditation and then just reading. So my journey continued with the Pyramid Valley project. I did quite a bit of, I was fortunate to have the opportunity to be part of the Pyramid Valley project. Pyramid Valley International is a beautiful meditation center in Bangalore. Very, very highly energetic meditation spot. It's called New Shambhala by Patrisa. And so while during that process of working at Pyramid Valley International, so I met several masters, several grand masters. That's the time I got the opportunity to work with Dr. Newton. Shreyans, of course, is a close friend, an amazing personality. Many masters that I met came across through whom I journeyed together. An opportunity that when we do service, I truly recognize that we get great opportunities to work with other masters and we can journey with them. We learn a lot and we'll be humbled all the time, every time we meet, and a diverse set of people. And then PSS movement is absolutely catering to the diverse set of people across the board. And as a result, so I learned so much just being part of this project, in contributing what I could, but at the same time learning a lot. That was one of the core reasons of why I joined, why I took up service work. Even though I've been a full-time executive or co-founder of small startups in those days. So as I went along, I came across, I learned a lot from Dr. Newton's programs, and I came across in the year 2015, while Shreyans and I have been business partners in growing our business, an IT software business. Somewhere there was a block. We hit a roadblock, and then since I was driving as a CEO, so I was not going forward. We were not able to make progress. Everything was great. My work at Pyramid Valley was great. My company's work is great, but my company is not growing in revenue. And so that's the time I stumbled upon understanding quantum physics and quantum science, manifestation a lot more deeply through the works of Dr. Joe Dispenza when I read this book called You Are the Placebo. So ever since I learned that time that our physical body is really only 0.01% matter. The body is 0.01% matter and 99.99% energy. So that is a revealing statement to me, that how is it possible that we see ourselves as real matter, but then how is it quantum physics is saying that we are actually energy. There is emptiness, and then the emptiness is filled with energy. We see that hey, we are full of matter, strong. We have body, so we can see end to end there is some solid. But the quantum physics says otherwise. It's actually matter. It's actually energy. It's emptiness. So then I started exploring this science more deeply, and I started researching and saying, what's the connection to meditation? The spiritual sense that I've been learning all along is that we are not the body, we are the soul. We have infinite power in ourselves, or we are the God, we are the divine self, and then our thoughts create our reality. There are three fundamental tenets of spiritual science that PSS movement is teaching. That's something that I've learned throughout. And it's been great. But then as a science student, as a computer engineer, and when I learned this, I also stumbled upon our thoughts and feelings, the beliefs, the feelings that have so much impact on our outcomes and manifestations. So I started making connection of how this quantum field or quantum physics is saying we are empty, we are energy, and in meditation we experience that energy, and then in meditation when we are becoming emptying ourselves, then we ultimately become that emptiness or energy which is also connected to you, me, and everybody. So we become a whole field, which means we become a greater divine self, and so then we operate as God. So it was, things started to become very, very clear scientifically. Whatever we learned in spiritual science, then we could parallel it. So then I applied some of the principles that I learned from Joe Dispenza in successfully getting great exit for our business, great growth and exit for the business. Exit meaning an acquisition to one of the largest IT companies in the world, and then subsequently is my deep interest to teach. So into the corporates I've been teaching ever since, where I was part of IBM as an executive for some time, and then now continuing that work in teaching meditation to enabling several aspiring as well as existing business, organizational, corporate leadership, to enable them to transform and inspire them to carry this work. This is what we are doing. And then so recently we formed, you can say, a corporate wing with the guidance of Patricia called Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation. We are wanting to teach scientific meditation wisdom. So today we will learn, we'll understand a little bit around this scientific meditation wisdom, this quantum field, and how is it connected to meditation, and then how meditation is helping us to get into this quantum field. So let's demystify this notion of this quantum field, which is also being said as this divine self. We all understand from spiritual science that we are our individual consciousness, we are the soul. Then we are the Jivatma, or Amshatma. Then we have this Purnatma, are the group, are the universal consciousness, individual consciousness to universal consciousness. So this quantum field has got these layers. The quantum field is also considered the same. It is that individual consciousness, it is that universal consciousness. It is that. It is nothing but that divine self, that greater part of ourselves, which is always there. So let's understand that a little bit demystified, and then let's do a meditation as part of this. The more I understood that how we get in touch with this quantum field or to our divine self, inner self, by deep experience, the more I understood the science that a deep experience matters. A thought and a feeling. An experience is combining thought and a feeling. The more we can combine these, then the more deeper we learn, and then the more deeper we can project whatever we wish to have into that field, and so we manifest it. Essentially understood that if we can have deeper experiences in meditations, we can have deeper experience in what we learn, then it can really support in our manifestations, are now making our life outcomes much more faster and then stronger and powerful and more fulfilling. So we will do meditations, trying to combine some of the experiences more deeply, and then I also again talk about some more topic, and then we go to a Q&A. So quantum field, let me put up a slide so that it becomes easy to understand some of the concepts. Do you have the ability to share? I think so. Yes. Buddha Seva Quantum Foundation is essentially enabling every leader to be a Buddha. You want to be a Buddha, you want to be a leader, a business leader. So what we are doing is combining meditation wisdom very scientifically applying it towards business so that your business can be enabled to be grown. Individual grows, the business grows, so hence the employees benefit, the communities benefits. That's our goal. So quantum field. So Niels Bohr is a quantum physicist, had said everything we call real is made of things that cannot be regarded as real. So statement that is saying, hey, this phone, this computer, this laptop, this room, everything that we think is real, right? Matter is physical existence, is we think is real, is made of things that cannot be regarded as real. Because Niels Bohr understood that whatever that we think is matter is really, really deep inside the energy. Niels Bohr is a great quantum physicist, an amazing contribution to the whole science of quantum physics. Now, before you go into the quantum physics, or the quantum physics model is corroborating these three statements. We are less matter, more energy. We are unlimited possibilities and potential. We create our realities through thoughts and feelings. The three statements I learned in the year 2002 and 3, when Patricia defined what is spiritual science in condensed form, is that spiritual science is equal to number one, we are not the body, we are the soul. Now, quantum physics is saying, number one, we are less matter, more energy. So I equate and say we are not the body, the matter is equal to body, so we are less of it. And so we are not the body is equal to we are less matter, tiny matter than not matter. We have more energy, we have that soul. That energy equal to soul, if you could think of that way. The second statement that I learned in spiritual science, we are divine self. We are gods. That is the second statement of spirituality. We are gods, we have infinite potential in us because we have the godhood in us, invoke the godhood through meditation. That is the second statement. So now quantum physics is saying we are unlimited possibilities and potential. Now if God is, the way we define God is equal to infinite creativity, infinite love, and infinite power, ability to do things, ability to be combining and becoming one with everything out there, infinite love, infinite creativity to have an enormous amount of experiences for an ultimately enjoy life. If God is that infinite creativity, infinite love, infinite power, now quantum physics is saying we are unlimited possibilities and potential, unlimited, so infinite. We have infinite potential, infinite power, infinite possibilities. What is a possibility? Anything that can happen. So if it's infinite possibility, the possibility can be towards dealing with people, things, places, or it's towards creating things, creativity or love. So it is matching. The third one that we learned as part of the spiritual science is equal to our thoughts create reality. And then here quantum physics is saying exactly that in a different statement, which says that our observation collapses a possibility. So I'll explain these things. But essentially, quantum physics has said that these three statements, whatever that we're saying, that what we used to learn, yadbhavam tadbhavati, is exactly what now is quantum physics is corroborating and saying that we are an infinite field of potentiality, and our thoughts actually go and then make that potential possible in a physical plane. Yadbhavam tadbhavati, what you think is what happens, is what is now corroborated with quantum physics. So let's understand this a little bit more about it. The first one, we have more energy, we have less matter. So our body is made up of a lot of organs. And the organs are made up of a lot of cells, and the cells are made up of a lot of molecules. Physics, I'm getting to the physics a little bit, right? And the molecules are made up of a lot of atoms. So deep at the subatomic layer, so in this picture here, on the left side if you see, so I said a body is made up of organs, right? And I have skin. Skin is the largest organ in the body. Hands, legs, liver, heart, brain, everything is an organ, right? They're all organs. So the organs are made up of cells, we know that. the cells like blood cells, liver cells, brain cells, neural cells, right? All there are skin cells. They're all various cells that are made up of the organs. Now, the cells, what do they have? Once you go deeper at subatomic particle, if you go deeper, then you get molecules, right? Water is a molecule, H2O. Oxygen, hydrogen combined is a molecule. So body is made up of 70% of water, right? There's a lot of salts, sodium chloride, NaCl, it's a molecule. Sodium and chlorine combined is an NaCl molecule. So there are a lot of molecules that comprise of a cell because it's all chemicals, right? It's all chemical reactions. And then within a molecule, what you've got a bunch of atoms, hydrogen, oxygen, right? Chlorine, they're all various atoms. We know it, a little bit of science, physics. So deep inside at atomic atom level, which you see in this picture here, what they found is that now if we see this star-shaped picture, and if we draw an hypothetical circle around it, and if you say that is the size of an atom, and I say in those atoms, when you go further deeper, those dark spots are there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe around 10 spots, this spot, this spot. They're all called electrons, and then the center is nucleus. So the only thing according to physics that has some weight or physical matter, something that has a weight and mass, is only those dots, the electrons and neutron, the proton, the center, nucleus. So looking at that picture, if the only parts that have weight are is those electrons and protons, which is looking at the picture, one will say, oh, 90%, 95% is empty because everything else is nothing is there. If only mass wherever that exists is only those small dots. That means just in an atom, based on this picture itself, we say that 95% at least is emptiness, and only 5% maybe that occupies as mass. But what an amazing thing, the discovery from science is that if you look at the third bullet, an atom is 99.119 empty. And that emptiness that they talked about contains energy, and then what is that energy? Energy contains continuous exchange of information. So an atom deep inside is actually fully empty. How much empty? 99.99, 11 nines. 11 nines is equal to almost is 100%, right? Because what is matter, what is the mass? Whatever we see ourselves as mass is practically emptiness. But we see, because we've been trained from our childhood only to look at boundaries. We've never been told to focus around. If I say this is cell phone, nobody asks us to focus outside the cell phone. We always look at and say, okay, cell phone combines these 4 edges. So we look at that, and so that's how we make an object. But if we've been told to focus around the outside, maybe by now we'll be actually watching energy from ever since we grow up. But we've been conditioned to watch the matter, so we are so conditioned that we think only matter is real, everything else is empty. Right. So the key point here is that quantum physics found that we are actually emptiness. How much emptiness? Practically all emptiness, very little matter. The second bullet here that I also said is that we are not only matter, not only emptiness, even that matter that we think like electron, which is there, that 0.1%, they said that is also is not really matter. That also is acting like a wave, like an energy. And it becomes particle. It goes as energy, it becomes particle. Energy, particle both. Particle means matter. So essentially what science has proven is that in our body, first of all, we are totally empty, and emptiness contains energy, which is information. Information is nothing but our thought. So whatever thing we think, the thought is there in the middle of all this emptiness that is there in our body as energy. When it is energy, it's like a wave. It's like a radio wave. There is an FM station, AM stations. When the radio waves are broadcasted from, say, let's say a station in Hyderabad, then all places around Hyderabad, maybe 100 kilometers, 200 kilometers, they all get this signal. The wave continues, right? We all learned in our childhood. So the wave continues like a continuous piece of energy. So there is, now when a wave is going, so if my body is full of energy and waves, and your body is energy and waves, and your waves are continuing, my waves are going, is there a logical boundary for a wave, you will say no. So my wave comes and then touches your wave, and then we become one there, because waves intersect, waves meet. If I am a positive person, you have a positive person, if your frequency, my frequency come back and match, then the wave becomes bigger. If I am too strong and then you are also negating and then we both come together, then one cancels each other, the net output is zero. So beautifully explained. So because of this, and our thoughts do not match in an organization, or two friends, if one thinks another one way, if a wife and husband, one thinks one way, other thinks other way, and they meet, when they meet, the waves collide each other and then they cancel each other. And then as a result, they cancel each other, then you get nothing. But if they actually have a similar views, then they combine and become more stronger. So what the point here is that whatever we think that we are actually wave as energy, and which is continuously always traveling around. And so you have energy waves, everybody has energy waves, even the cell phone has energy waves. So, and they all, because they're waves, then there is no boundary, so they all get connected. And so we become one single big large energy field, because deep inside we really wave. Now one more beautiful thing that quantum physics they observed is that, so first point is a big field of energy waves everywhere, because my field, your field, they are all getting combined, because there is no separation, because it's really energy. But what they found is that electron, that neutron, that proton, they become matter when somebody actually starts observing and saying, oh, I want to see you here, then it shows up there. I want to see you there, then it shows up somewhere else. So the observation, when somebody starts looking on that and saying, I would like to see you as matter, then immediately it comes up as matter. Otherwise, it's showing as just purely energy. There is a concept that Patri sir talked about, Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. Create, maintain, and destroy. Not destroy is the right word. Create, maintain, then dissolve. Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. So you create it, so you wish for something, it appears, then you maintain it. So where the Sthiti is, where you keep on observing it, and then it is there in your life, and then the moment you withdraw your attention, it goes away. You want a cell phone in your life, so you start talking about cell phone. Oh, I need to buy a cell phone. Then you think of, okay, how to save money. Then you talk about what cell phone to buy to your friends. Then you're going to do research. So you're putting a lot of thought on it. So that's a way you put your attention on a cell phone. Then you're making research, you're putting time, and that's all called attention on it, right? So then in a few days, then you actually manifest a cell phone, because you actually get a cell phone into your hand. So once you get it, then you're nicely enjoying it. You're putting so much attention onto it. It's called, once you create it, you're going to maintain it. The sthiti, you are there in that state. You are happy with that phone, because it's there with you now. You no longer think about how to create it, but now you are thinking of how to have it with you, and then you're so happy about having a phone. You experience that the phone is there with you. That's called sthiti. Then after 3 years and you get bored of it, then you say, okay, now your attention goes on to new phone. So the old phone, what happens, friends? Many of us have old phones. Where do they go? They go into some drawer, right? And we put it there. After 3 more years, then what do? We take it and then junk it. It disappears, because the moment you withdraw your attention, it disappears. Exactly how everything is working in the universe. When you put our attention, then one thought will lead to many other thoughts. Like, you want to buy a cell phone, one thought will lead to looking at newspaper, talking to your friend, and just seeing an advertisement, looking back what experience I had in the past with the touch screen and this and that. So one original thought of wanting to have will lead to a lot of derived thought, and with all of that, you manifest something into our life. And then as long as we experience and enjoy it, it is there. The moment we say, okay, we are done with it, and you're boring and you withdraw your attention, then that object is going away. Our body is also like that. So the whole universe is like that. So that's what quantum physics is proving. So the quantum physics, based on that information, if we can sum up and say, quantum field has unlimited potential possibilities. Now, why did it say unlimited? So what it said is, the previous thing, in an energy form, that electron or any atom is got these electrons and nucleus are energy. They're in energy form. They're not in particle. They're not in mass. When somebody observes it, they become a physical matter, but the moment they withdraw attention, it becomes energy again. And since it is all traversing beyond the speed of light, light is 300,000 kilometers per second. So you can go around the earth in 1/5 a second. Around the earth in less than 1/5 a second, because that's all it is. The earth is 50,000 kilometers. So this information, this energy is traversing beyond speed of light. So anytime we think of something to be had, then it can suddenly appear anywhere in the world, in the universe, because it's traveling such fast the speed of light, beyond speed of light. So an atom can appear anywhere, nowhere. It can be nothing or it can be everything. Nothing because it exists as wave. It can be everything, whatever you want to be, the moment you observe and say, I wanted to be here. So the point is, because my field, your field, everybody's field is connected, it all becomes one single big energy field, and that single big energy field is got so many of these electrons, billions and billions and billions, trillions of electrons are there, protons are there. Now any combination of them can be collapsed. So that's why it says a quantum field is unlimited. First, it is very big. Everything out there has consciousness, which is everything is energy, whether it is phones, whether it is plants, trees, rocks, minerals, buildings, whatever, everything that you can see as matter is all energy, so everything is connected, one big unlimited field. And since everything is got made up of some electrons, protons and all that, subatomic particles, and all of them are called quantas, and so how many of them are there? There are infinite of them are there, and hence how many ways you can put them into physical aspect? Infinite ways. So it says infinite potentials and possibilities. And then experimentation said that observation manifests possibilities into physical reality. So whatever we observe, it manifests the possibility of physical reality. So that means it influences the appearance of electron. So now I want to relate it to, so far, I mean, that's enough of physics, but I want to relate this to our life experience, right? Every physical event. See, our life at the end of the day, everything is an event in our life. Birthday, event. This workshop, event. You working in a company for say 3 years is an event. What is an event? Anything that has a start date and an end date, right? Event means a start date and end date. Then it is dealing with either there are some people are there, maybe some places are there, maybe some things are there. An event means people, places, things in a given time. That's all it is. So our entire life is of living with set of events. That's what we call an experience. An experience is events. A Dhyana Chakra event, when we go, where the PSS movement organized so beautifully for 10 days every year, that's also an event, right? It is experience. An experience of Dhyana Chakra is that you're going on 21st of December, you're coming out on 31st of December, 10 days you're meeting a whole set of people in a place called Kailaspuri, right? With what things? With the stages, with those food and this and that, all those things is combined. It's a grand mega event and experience in our life. So everything in our life is an event. It's all experiences that we're having, an experience and nothing but events. Now, what is an event comprised of? Ultimately speaking, inside they're all just nothing but a bunch of electrons and protons. So we are collapsing. So when we put our attention on whatever that we want, then over a period it becomes an appearance of a pattern of subatomic particles, that is electrons and protons, influenced by our observation. So you want to get married. So it is a big event. You think about it. You're putting a lot of attention onto getting married. Now along with you, your friends, your fiance, then your parents, their parents, all of them are also thinking about this event called marriage. They also put their attention. You put your attention. So your electrons, their electrons, everything comes together as collapsing. Your thoughts will talk about some saris, dresses, function hall, this and that. All those thoughts about how you want it to be, everything is ultimately forming into a set of physical event that collapses by multiple people thinking about it and simultaneously collapsing because they all think the same. So in everything is a physical event, is an appearance of a pattern of subatomic particles. So an event of marriage combines what? My molecules, your molecules, and stage molecules, and a chowdhury or a function hall, and then lots of furniture and molecules, all of them have to come together, right? And then a whole set of people come together for the marriage to be attended. So they all, because they all also think about it, So they all make that collapsation of their things possible in a given place. So if two people in a home on the marriage, if I am getting married, if I think one way and then my parents think another way, they say no there, you say no here, and then if you don't agree ever, then there will be a deadlock. So that event doesn't take place because you are saying that way, they are saying this way. So two people are saying two different ways, so it doesn't happen, right? Because they're cancelling each other, their thoughts are not alignment. So only when they combine and think alike, then automatically they can manifest something happen. This is why companies where if business partners are together, if they cooperate together, things will happen. If they fight with each other, because one says this, one says that way, things won't happen. Manifestation doesn't happen because that event, that different frequencies are cancelling each other, friends. So I wanted to say that quantum physics is saying that we are really a big field of energy, and that energy is collapsed into a physical event through our observation. So how did it happen? So they did experimentation. So when they threw electrons through a machine gun onto a wall, they expected that the electron will go straight and hit the wall. But electron was not going straight and hitting the wall. Instead, it was going oscillating and then hitting like a band. Instead of a straight line, it is hitting one there. It's like take this much of band. So it's hitting here, 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 everywhere in the band. But it's like a gun, right? If you take a ball and throw straight away, you expect it to be a single line, but you're not forming a single line, it's forming a band. Band because the electron is oscillating like this and going and hitting anywhere. They said, how is it possible? I'm sending a particle, so I'm sending it, so it should be in a single line. So what did they put an observer? They said, okay, let me understand what's going on. So they put an observer in the path of the electron and see, okay, now let me throw electron and see what happens. Now what is the observer doing? The observer thinking, okay, I'm sending a ball straight or an electron, so it should go straight and hit the wall. So guess what? When the observer is there, instead of band, the electron went and hit the wall straight. The observer is expecting that it should go there and straight and then halt, it should start showing up straight in the wall. The moment they took the observer out, again it's going as band, the same electrons. So that's when they recognize that our thoughts, if an observer means somebody who's thinking and saying, I want to see there, because that's what I'm normally used to, right? If I'm throwing a ball, a stone straight, it'll go straight. So it goes straight, it'll go straight and then hit whatever it is in the way. If a wall is there in the way, it's going to hit that. So that's what I'm used to thinking, and I thought about that way, and then I'm expecting it to that way, so it happened that way. So that's how the quantum physics proved that our thoughts create realities. Now neuroscience combined, and the neuroscience came in and said, our thoughts are coming from the brain, but our feeling in the body triggers a lot of thought. The feeling in the body triggers tremendous amount of thought. For example, somebody shouted at us, we're angry. When we're angry, we had a feeling. That feeling is that our BP raises and our heart starts beating faster, and then maybe for some people the lips sort of shake around, eyes become big, right? Nostrils become opened up. So a lot of feeling that happens because you're angry. The moment that happens, that suddenly it triggers a whole sort of emotion in the body and then goes back and then sends another signal to the brain and say, recollect everything that where people shouted at us in public, suppose. If somebody shouted in public, it goes back and then draws all the events where we were shouted at in the public by a lot of other people in the past. It triggers a lot of past memories of people shouting at us in public. And what happened every time? Where we felt really bad, now we can recollect all those emotions also. So one single thing of an experience where somebody shouts at us will trigger a lot of other thought, auxiliary thought related to that stored in the brain. So we get suddenly a bout of thoughts. Many, all kinds of thoughts come. So a feeling, that means when a feeling of anger causes a lot of auxiliary relating thoughts, and so suddenly your thoughts multiply, exponentially rise. And so now all of them, and the quantum physics says that your observation collapses the possibility. So whatever thoughts you have is what you're going to create more of it. So combining neuroscience it became amply clear that whatever feelings we carry, because a feeling produces up to 5,000 more powerful energy signal compared to a thought. A feeling produces up to 5,000 more times energy compared to a thought which is also producing energy. And so it became amply clear to me when I was reading those books that our thoughts and feelings fundamentally create our reality. And the more feelings that you have, the more that kind of experience you will create in your life. If I have a lot of grief related feelings, then I'm going to create more grief in my life. If I have a lot of frustration kind of feelings, again, because every time I go to my office, then there is somebody, some colleague naggingly, constantly bugging me, is trying to irritate me, trouble me, the children go and there is always a group of people bullying a child, that comes back, keeps getting irritated, frustrated, because there is a set of people who are bullying. They come and complain to the parents will say, okay, mama, that's fine, ignore it. But then he keeps getting bullied, so that frustration. So that if the child has a frustration feeling, and because of the frustration feeling, he doesn't know, but the frustration feeling triggers more frustrations, and because then he has feelings which are 5,000 more powerful, then they keep projecting, and so it creates more of it again. Because every time we think, every time we feel, we're producing a sort of energy. It's called electromagnetic energy that goes into the field, which is again nothing but energy, right? We said everything is energy. So when you send a signal from with a feeling, a thought, with a certain frequency of electromagnetic energy, now that goes and finds the same match in that energy field, and then produces that as another event. So it became amply clear that the more positive feelings we have, then you can create more positive events in our lives. More negative feelings we have, we can create more negative feelings events in our life. So when I understood thoughts and feelings create reality, because the neuroscience is playing in, where the more you have feelings, then it is very strong in the mind. There are two things that are happening. One, you're sending a strong signal out to the field. Second, you're recording it very deeply. A feeling gets recorded very deeply in subconscious mind compared to a thought. Because a feeling is an experience. An experience has a lot of context of which place, which people, what is the time, what situation, how did I feel in my body. All of this information is stored when you have a feeling. So when it's a lot of information is stored in many ways, then it's tough to forget it. It's tough to forget it. So the same feeling you have a second time, a third time, it recorded so deeply that it goes straight into a subconscious mind. So when you don't forget something that has already happened, then it keeps projecting back for you automatically. So when it projects out without you knowing, it's called autopilot. So without you knowing, it projects out. So automatically that thing is happening for you. So people who hold on to a lot of grief, who hold on to a lot of frustration, who hold on to a lot of anger, without even they knowing, they programmed it into the subconscious mind that automatically our brain is just projecting into the field automatically. That's what used to happen with my business, where I was very positive, visualizing a lot of positive things, but however I created a certain belief systems where I felt it is very tough to raise money in America. It is very difficult to sell to clients in America because I'm an Indian company. So some of these beliefs I kept experiencing with a lot of despair every time somebody turned me down. So I created that feeling deep inside. So they were projecting into the field without me knowing about it. It's called limiting belief. It's called limiting belief. That everybody in my school is bullying me is a belief. This colleague so and so is always nasty to me is a belief we form over a period of time. The moment we think of that person, suddenly all the things they have done come up as a feeling. So friends, the point I'm saying is, feelings have a significant, the feelings translate to subconscious belief patterns, and then so they have a significant impact in our outcomes of life and our manifestation. Thought alone is not enough. When the secret book came, there's a book called The Secret. So many people try to just apply secret because secret said think positive and things will happen. It's called affirmation. So just thinking positive, it takes a long time, just purely think positive. But if you can apply a lot of feeling to it, then things start happening much faster. So that's what I have understood, that whatever thoughts and feelings we carry, they project, and the feelings have a lot more power, and so they project into the future and then create the same kind of feelings that we carry in our mind. So if we can rectify and change our feeling, change our thought, then obviously we can change our outcome. So I did that for a period of 15 months. Every day I would skip my breakfast but not my meditation, where I would meditate and visualize and then change and reprogram my brain with a new set of feelings, new set of outcomes, and automatically things have happened. So tuning into the quantum field then is what? What is this quantum field? The quantum field is this infinite possibility and opportunity. It is one single big energy field. We are deep inside energy. You are energy, we are all energy, and then at energy level we are all connected. And that is that quantum field, where you, me, and this phone, this laptop, and everybody, and Suresh Garu, all the people, all of us are connected into one, a single big energy field. And everything about ever existed, everything is in this part, in this field. Okay? Everything is this field. And that quantum field has what? So many possibilities of how an event can take place, because infinite possibilities are there. Whatever that we want, it is there. There is no limitation, because it's an infinite field, infinite possibilities. We can say that I want to become Prime Minister, it is there as a possibility. I want to become the best actor, it's there as a possibility. At age 50, I want to become a heroine, it's a possibility. Because nobody can say it's not possible, right? Can anybody say who is attending this program to say, can I become a hero? And then is it possible to say that you can never become a hero or a heroine? Not possible, because anything is possible. There are so many people who may not look good but still become heroes, we know that, or heroines, we know that. Because it's more driven on the character, it's more driven on what is the role requires, not necessarily the beauty. So if you have a myth that I have to be very beautiful or handsome to become a hero, heroine, then you know that we are wrong. So any possibility exists. You don't have to have great education to become rich, you know that. You don't have to have super support, family background to become a top politician, you know that. If that was the case, then Narendra Modi ji could not have become there, and then Rajnikant wouldn't become a rich person, right? It's not necessary. Anything possible. Some of you know IT, then Bill Gates did not even have a degree, but he became like the world's richest man. So how is that possible? So do you require to have an MBA to be able to run a multi-dollar business? It's not necessary. If somebody thinks that no, I have to have management experience to be able to do it, it's not necessary. So anything is possible, and that's what quantum physics is saying. So there is infinite field of opportunity. In this field of energy where all are connected, because it's just simply energy. And how do I make that possibility of whatever that we want? I want to tomorrow have a plane, my own plane. It's possible, because that's another possibility. Anything you think is possible. So whatever you want can be collapsed as with our observation, with our thoughts and feelings. So tuning in then is to become that field. We have to become that field. How do I become that field? We have to empty our mind. So this is where the meditation came into picture. It's so beautifully constructed. Now what is thought? A thought is nothing but it's about an event of a past memory, a record of a past. So thought is about an event. Thought is about a person, place, thing in a given time frame. So it's about a person, place, thing in a given time frame is thought. So when we empty the thoughts, I've got 50,000 thoughts. I'm going to take out one thought, one thought, one thought, one thought, one thought. I'm going to take out all my thoughts. If I take out all the thoughts, then I've forgotten everything about my past. I've forgotten everything about my future. Everything about me, because about me is also based on my thought only, right? I'm 50 kgs, I'm 60, 70 kgs, I look like this, my teeth are okay, my eyesight is this, whatever, right? Something like that, and I have these 20 dresses. All of this is thoughts, right, about me, our body. So if you take out all thoughts about past, present, future, then what are you left with? If all the thoughts are taken out, and then our understanding of my house and then our environment, this world, everything has been taken out because all thoughts are taken out. So what are you left with? So it's like taking out in your room, your furniture taken out, people are taken out, walls are taken out, you will be left with what? Nothing, right? Slowly you take out the sun, the moon, everything out there in this universe. Slowly you get the picture. It's all become what? It's all become dark maybe, right? If sun is taken out, moon is taken out, and earth is taken out, probably it's all become dark. black. And what is that? It's called empty. So that's what we become, friends. When we take out all the thoughts, we become totally empty. We become totally empty, right? So we become empty. Empty of what? Empty of no body, no people are there, no place, no thing, nothing is there. That's exactly what happens. When we become empty of the mind, then we start experiencing that emptiness. And the emptiness, remember I went back, go back 3 slides where I said our body, a subatomic particle, what does it have? It said 99.999% emptiness and only 0.01% matter. So we experience that emptiness. Now what is that emptiness? It's all energy. That empty, the moment we experience emptiness, then we are all connecting to that energy. So meditation, where we say empty your mind, and when we empty the mind, we are withdrawing our attention of this old matter, so we become that energy automatically. So when the tuning into the quantum field means are becoming one with your greater self, is that we have to empty our mind, that's all. We empty the mind, then we become one with this energy field that exists everywhere, dear friends. That energy field is infinite possibility, which means that divine self is a greater consciousness. It's got infinite power. Anything can be possible, so that we become that. So by tuning in means when we empty ourselves, then we become one with that energy field. So that means we are operating as a greater self, a God, divine self. That's what we are operating. So we are there. When we are there, then automatically, whatever that we want, we can make things happen. Because now you have everything, right? Everything is inside you. So everything is possible. Whatever you wish, you think about it, it's got to, you simply take it out and then manifest into physical reality. That's all, because it's just there inside you. If your pants have 2 pockets, right? And then I say, take out the 1 gold coin from the left side, then you'll feel it. If it is there, okay, take it. 2 pockets, one pocket has coins, metal, another pocket has notes. I say, hey, can you take out the gold coin? So coin or metal, you try to feel it. I felt it, oh, it's there. So you go and take it, isn't it? So it's easy to take when it is there with you. Then I say, this coin is not with you, but it is there with Swapna, outside. There are 100 people, I say, it is there with one of the 100 people. I don't tell you where it is. Then how will you find it? What is the way to find it? Okay, go and find the coin. It is there when there's 100 people in the crowd. If it's there with you, you can feel it. If it's not there with you, then you have to try. You have to now go on searching where it is, everywhere. Isn't it? It takes time. It's called matter trying to find matter. Whereas, if you become that, if you become that all 100 people, then you know where exactly it is. And how do you become 100 people? You become energy where you all become one. That's all it is. So physically you're trying to become 100 people, not possible, but energetically you become 100 people of that energy. Because the moment we connect in to their energy as there is emptiness, then we are this energy. So from that energy, then you know exactly where it is, right? So you can find out and say, oh, okay, it's Swapna and there's 100 people, I can go and get it. Because we become that bigger picture of energy. So tuning into quantum field is very simple difference, is that breath mindfulness meditation that Patrizi taught us. When we are with the breath, empty our mind, when we empty the mind, we automatically become empty in the body, around the body, and then as a result, they experience that energy. So we are in that energy field. In that field, everything is there. Healing is there. Miracles are there. Love is there. Money is there. Abundance is there. Empowerment is there. Anything that you wish, you want to have as a quality is there. You can tune into that energy by thinking about it, and that comes to us. Just thinking about it comes to us. That's what is called manifestation workshops. The whole abundance workshops are thinking positive. You're tuning into an abundance of energy. Healing, you tune into that healing energy and say, I'm healing myself. You know, that energy is there, which is nothing but a whole set of genes that are going to go and produce a right amount of protein to heal my body. So you tune into the healing energy. It's nothing but, you know, there's a special frequency of healing which will go and open up your genes to express new protein. So you will heal. So tune in is nothing but we become first energy field, and then we put our attention on a healing energy. So think of healing, and then it goes in healing energy. Think of abundance, it goes, and then you connect into the abundance, because every thought is energy, and every thought is what is nothing but a magnetic signature. Now think with a feeling, it's great. So we think with a feeling, that's where the visualization comes. That is a topic for different time. But this much to say that whatever you think and feel, like I feel good that my body is healed and I'm feeling so great that my body is healed, so I'm doing running, I'm doing jogging, dancing, all that feelings you have, then automatically then you're producing a lot of strong signatures so that you can go to manifest that healing energy into your body, and so you can heal yourself. So I would like us to go into meditation now to empty ourselves. Tuning into is nothing but emptying ourselves, dear friends. So for this process, what we are doing is we are doing Anapanasati meditation, and Anapanasati meditation, there are two aspects of Anapanasati. One is observing the breath. I'm trying to put a slide up. So breath mindfulness meditation, Anapanasati. So the practice is very simple. Most of you would know about this. This is crossing our feet, crossing our fingers, and closing our eyes. Right, sit on the chair, on the floor. Right, and then observing a normal, natural breath. Easy. You're observing the breath anyway, and then slowly, slowly, breath becomes lighter, shorter, and then become empty. Now, before we do this Anapanasati, which is taking our brain to be very coherent, we are doing something called heart elevation process, where the science discovered that an institute in California discovered that there is a heart as a brain, and then if you can keep that brain happy with that heightened emotion like love, gratitude, compassion, then that brain is sending a signal right to the brain and the head, saying that, okay, you chill, you relax, you cool down. So this one is making the brain and the head to be very relaxing very quickly. They have a connection. So we're going to do this heart elevation process, which is going to make our heart, it's going to make our heart coherent. That means it's going to make our heart beat natural, rhythmic, absolutely in the most acquired way for the body. So by feeling what? By we got to fill our heart with the love emotion, gratitude, and compassion. How do you fill it? You recollect an event where you spent your time with a small child. How much love you could feel for the child. Think of an event where you helped your friend, a friend came back and then gave you so much gratitude, you expressed and said, thank you, man, I mean, it's great. You changed my life. So feel about it. How did you feel that time? That's called a gratitude experience, right? So joy and appreciation, if you appreciate, somebody appreciated you, so how did you feel? You did a great job in the office, and all the people that said, hey man, this is great. So they appreciated you, that you've done a great thing. So you felt something. So feel any of those emotions, friends. And so keep your heart fully with that emotion for a few minutes. That's going to help us go into the breath mindfulness meditation. So when you go into the emptiness and the breath mindfulness meditation, then we will experience that emptiness, which is nothing but a quantum field, and then we feel that it is empty. So when your thoughts are empty, when your mind is empty, automatically we have this energy. So I'm going to guide you a bit. So we're going to do a little bit of meditation, and we take questions around it, and that's how we'll end the session. So first we'll do heart elevation process. The heart elevation process requires keeping our hands on our chest area like the way the lady is doing the picture. We take a slow, long breaths, and then we fill up our hearts with a heightened emotion. Be like that for 5 minutes, and then we go into a breath mindfulness meditation, Anapanasati. So relax yourself, sit comfortably. I'm going to play some music. While the music plays, your job is to observe in breath mindfulness meditation is to observe that breath. So before that, we're going to start with what we call heart elevation. Relax yourself with your eyes closed. we are going into dear friends, dear masters. With your eyes closed, keep your hands on your chest area. Rest your attention on your breath and on your sacred heart. Take a slow, long, relaxing breath. And can you feel your beautiful heart? As you rest your attention on your heart, breathe more of that long, relaxing breath and feel your beautiful heart, the seat of all emotions, which is binding all life with its love energy, with its gratitude energy. Can you feel the love, that gratitude inside your beautiful heart? Relive a moment from your life of love energy, of gratitude. Feel more of that energy inside your beautiful heart and allow to expand your heart center. We're all connected with everything and everybody. Deep inside, we are specks of energy. Intricately connected in this quantum energy field. Love, gratitude, compassion are all the ways to become one with all things and everybody again. Can you feel that love inside your beautiful heart?
The king of the tribe.
Can you become one with all things and everybody, with that energy. Can you radiate the love beyond your body onto every corner of this planet Earth? Where your attention goes, there the energy flows. Feel that energy inside you, all around you.
Now choose the king.
Friends, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation, Anapanasati meditation, with your fingers into fingers. Rest your hands comfortably in your lap. And observe your normal, natural in breath and the out breath. Allow yourself to be totally empty of all thoughts in your mind. As you're becoming one with your breath, inside your body, can you become aware of that emptiness all around your body, occupying your room? Allow yourself to go deeper into that emptiness where there is no body, where there is no thing, where there is no place in no time. All emptiness is energy. That's energy in the quantum field of infinite possibility and opportunity. This is the place of all creation. The longer you stay in this field as no body, as no thing, the more you become of it, the more you receive from it. Stay aware of that emptiness of no body, no thing. And connect into that energy of healing, of mystic, of love, of empowerment in this field. We are less matter, more energy according to quantum physics. Allow yourself to completely go beyond your body, beyond your life, and merge into that energy as pure awareness. And experience your wholeness again. Go deeper and deeper into that emptiness of no body, of nothing. This is that quantum energy field. Tune in to the abundance of energies in this field. Friends, let's express gratitude for living this beautiful life. Can you be grateful to your parents for giving us this connection into this universe? Be grateful to all your teachers and mentors for expanding your wisdom. Be grateful to all the people in your life, your friends, your family, colleagues, relatives, for allowing you to learn so many things. Be grateful to this grand nature, the bird, the fish, and the animals, and the planets and stars. For being an integral part of our life, with love, with trust, with beauty. Be grateful to all the things you use, the technology, the places you go, the governments and companies for supporting our life in many ways. Express deep gratitude to yourself for caring for you, for caring for others. Be grateful to this intelligent universe for allowing you to live so much more in this life. Gratitude is the highest form high state of receivership. Be grateful to everything and everybody. Relax your body.
Sarve bhavantu sukhinah.
Feel your body.
Sarve santu niramayah. Sarve bhadrani
Relax yourself.
ma kaschit dukha bhavet. Shanti, shanti, shanti.
As you relax, recollect your experience from the session. And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds and then open your eyes. Okay. All right, friends. Hope you're able to meditate and experience that empty mind, and which means we're experiencing emptiness, which is that quantum field, which is that energy. That's why we receive that energy, the feeling of sensations, tinglingness. Energy can be experienced in many, many ways. There are 7 bodies, and we experience in 7 bodies because of that energy, where we become one with that energy. So thank you for joining and listening in. If you have any questions, we'll take the questions. Otherwise, we're going to give you back those 15 minutes of time.
Thank you so much, sir. That was a wonderful session and great meditation. And my favorite always is the gratitude exercise that you make us do. It gives a very good feeling, happiness. Thank you so much. And thank you for demystifying a lot of things and correlating the energy science with the spiritual science. When you give it, I mean, now I have a very clear understanding of the 3 concepts that you mentioned, that you are not body but soul, wherein it's correlated. I mean, it's like we are less matter, more energy, all the 3 concepts. And feeling produces 5,000 times more energy than thought. I think that is the reason they say that if you want to manifest something, you have to live with that emotion that you already have it with you. And through meditation, you try to take your thoughts out. And then once you get that emptiness, that is how you connect to become one with the energy field, and you connect with your higher self and operating as greater self so that we can make things happen. Great wisdom, sir. Thank you so much. So we have a few questions. Srilata is asking, Master, any tips to control thoughts?
Practice. Uh, it is not possible to be zero thought state. Prima facie, it is rarely possible. So if someone is thinking that we have to empty a mind in our meditation for the throughout, it is not, it's a myth. So it is okay to have thoughts. After 20 years of practice, thoughts will still be there in some sessions. And in many sessions, thoughts will be there and then emptiness will be there, both will be there. So we have to avoid thinking about, okay, thoughts are there, I'm still getting 10 days later, 10 years later, still getting thoughts. No, that's a common thing. It is going to be part and parcel of meditation. Thoughts will be there, emptiness will be there. But what we do by regularly meditating, we're training our brain to install a circuit so that the moment you think of meditation, close your eyes, immediately bring your attention onto the breath. Now, of course, the mind is also intelligent. It's going to pull it away. But then we have trained it enough that we have the capability to bring the attention back to the breath the moment we realize very easily. So we are training our brain to bring our attention back to the breath again and again and again. So it becomes very easy for a long-term meditator to put their attention onto the breath when it goes away to the thought. That's all. Thoughts will continue to exist. So I won't bother about trying to reduce the thought. Instead, I would bother about practicing to train the brain to bring the attention back to the breath. And then it will take care of itself over a period of time. And where it needed to, we needed to go into a trance state, a deep sleep state, or an empty mind state, it will happen. It will happen automatically because it's an intelligent process. Based on the time, place, situation, things will happen. But keep practicing. Yes.
Friends, if you have any questions and if you're on Zoom, please raise your hand. And if you're on YouTube, please leave your questions as comments. Thank you. We have another question, sir. Someone is asking what to do when colleagues bully without any reason out of jealousy.
What to do? So where your attention goes, there the energy flows. So if you put more energy onto it, then we're going to create more of it. So you know that. So we need to ignore it, number one. The second thing is, with meditation, we develop self-expression. This emotional intelligence is into 5 parts, right? Self-awareness, self-expression, developing empathy, inspiring, and then social skills. There are 5 things we develop. So self-expression means identifying what is important to individually to us and then positively, firmly expressing to the people that, hey, look, this is important to me. So you can do anything, but I don't like this. But we get the confidence and courage to express it for a meditator. Before, we'd always be living for others. Oh, they may feel bad. I don't know what they'll think. Or they will do something. So either we don't have courage to talk about it, or we're always living for somebody else. So we feel that they might feel bad, or no, it is not a done thing to be able to express what is important to us. So that will also happen. So on one side, you tend to ignore it because you'll say, okay, guys, they don't have ideas or they don't have knowledge, so you ignore it. When you ignore it, because you're not putting your attention, it doesn't flare up more. So they'll also know that, okay, they have to keep quiet. But where it is not becoming possible, where you feel it is too much, when you regularly meditate, you get the courage. And you also, without arrogantly or without overconfidently, you'll have the ability to walk up to them and then talk about it. Enough. When it is extreme case, then you're going to talk about it, you express it very strongly, firmly, not strongly, firmly. So it will happen, you'll gain the courage to do it. So we have to express it at some point if it is not going away. Express it, leave it, and then you'll be on your job. So they may say anything, it's always when if you put your attention, then it flares up. Energy goes to it and then it flares up. So we've got to detach ourselves from the situation so that it's got to go down only. We're talking energy now, we're not talking what the individual does. So you're not putting attention on it, energy is not applied to it, so it cannot go further, it has to die down, so it is gone. So bullying, I say ignore, don't put your attention onto it, and then when it's getting too much, it's not getting solved, then you express it to them. Yes.
Raise your hand. Deepika, can you please unmute and you can ask your question?
Hello, Chandra sir. This is Deepika from Austin. It is so nice to see you today. I couldn't attend all of the session, but I am so happy that I connected now. I'll go back and watch the video. So my question is on manifestation. So I understand we come here with a blueprint, and let's say my blueprint says I have to be a doctor and I'm manifesting to be an engineer. How do I know my goals, my manifestation is aligned with my blueprint?
So your blueprint is a doctor, but you're looking to become an engineer. Is that what you say?
Well, yeah, it's something different. I don't know what is in my blueprint, but I'm trying
Yeah,
to manifest something. How do I know that aligns with
aligned
my
to them.
blueprint?
Yeah, yeah. So regular meditators, two things are happening, right? So one, what we call the clarity or intuition is emerging, you know that. So the more we are connecting into this, so what's the two things? One, we are reducing our thoughts, number one. So when the thoughts are getting reduced, all the unwanted stuff is going out. What we retain is the most desired, most important, most needed for us. That's what is retained, everything else goes away. So that itself, number one, removes a lot of clutter. Number two, because we're connecting to this field in meditation long enough, so we're receiving information frequency which becomes as an insight or a call saying that, hey, this is more important for you. So there is that, it's called gut feeling, intuition, because you receive that insight, that call. That is one, that is two. So one side clutter is removed, another side intuition is developing. Now where you don't have that clarity and say, okay, this is what I want to do. So whenever I want to do something, how do I listen to my intuition? So you ask in meditation, you pay attention while brushing the teeth, taking shower, before sleeping down, lying before sleeping where you're in relaxing mode. As soon as you get up on the bed, keeping yourself empty to say, is what's flowing into the mind. If you had asked about it and say, what is this the right thing for me to do? Right now, should I travel now or not travel? Right? Should I take up this project, not take up this project? Should I change the job, not change? So if you ask the question and then you're paying attention, or if you've made a decision about something, so you will get some messages, you will feel that yes, this is good. Now, this is one way. When you don't have that way, but then you go into manifestation, set a goal, and the manifestation process requires you to feel as if it's happening for you in your life right at this point. You're going to create a mind movie, sequence of things, of experiences you're going to have if that happens for your life. So you start visualizing to see whether that experience, you can feel it now, ahead of the event. So if you're not able to feel, first day you might have feelings. You said, I want, the blueprint may be doctor, but here you're engineer. So you're going to have whole different experiences. You try to feel them. First day, maybe you'll get it. Second day, half. Third day, half. The feelings are not increasing over a period of time or day by day. And the feelings are coming down because you don't just imagine yourself doing that work, because there's somewhere deep inside. Feeling comes from the heart, which means from the individual consciousness of soul. So if the feeling doesn't come, then you know that you're on the wrong path. So
Yeah,
this is
sorry.
another way
That
of
makes, yeah, that's sorry. Please go ahead, sir.
That's it. That's it. So one side your intuition develops, another side you put it into the manifestation. It's okay. I mean, you're going to try for a month. By then you will know that, okay, I'm not getting that feel anymore. When I try to think about this thing of as if it's happening, and then so then you know that, okay, I want to toss it off. It's over.
Okay. I think it makes a lot of sense. And when I go back and look at what I've done, and that's exactly what happened. Um, yeah, I didn't think of making a mind movie, but that'll bring a lot more clarity. Yeah, thank you so much. That makes perfect sense.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepika.
Okay, Deepika.
So we have Suresh Garu. There's a question. Suresh Garu.
Yeah,
Suresh Garu.
yeah. Chandraji, is it
Yes,
audible?
Suresh Garu. Yes, Chappan. Yeah, we are done, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, of course. Today's session is wonderful, totally enlightened, and it's reflected me the statement of Anand Karnishi in Thousand Seeds of Chai that the emptiness is the infinite presence because of no center and no boundaries. Now, can you correlate this with your this quantum physics?
Emptiness is infinite
Infinite presence, infinite
presence.
presence. Yeah, because it has no center and no boundaries.
No center, no boundaries. Yeah. So
Yeah,
quantum physics is saying,
yeah,
first of all, it said everything is empty
yes,
because it is measuring emptiness as non-matter. Where there's matter like electrons, the particles like electrons, neutrons. So if you take them out, and only thing matter is the electrons, neutrons, and if you take it out, then everything else is, because so when matter is not there, it's empty, right? That's how we see. So there's no matter means it's all empty. So it said, okay, it's all empty. Now when it deeply looked inside that emptiness, it found that it's all energy, and energy means it's a wave. Energy means it's a wave,
yeah,
right? So it's in the form of energy means in the form of wave. So waves are zero boundary, right? There's no boundary for a wave, right? A radio wave will go on, go on, go on until the time it dies down with the resistance. But there is no resistance, it goes on forever. So they found that these are waves. We are all, that emptiness is all wave. And then they also found that even the electrons, that matter is also wave only. Per second, we become matter and energy 8 times in a given second. Recently, science is discovering. In a given second, our electrons are matter for some time, energy for some time. Matter and energy. They're oscillating between matter and energy. We don't even realize. Okay, we're becoming wave, we're becoming matter, right? So, essentially, electrons are also waves. That means the mass is wave, and then emptiness is wave. So, they're all wave. Now, waves means the moment there is waves, they're all single continuous piece of energy with no separation. So they keep on going, going, going. How far they go? They go into the entire universe, multiverse, right? In the entire multiverse, they all become one with no boundary. So it is all infinity. And there's no boundary, is infinity, right? Right? Emptiness is infinite space, you said, is it?
yeah. Infinite presence.
Infinite presence. Yeah, presence. So, yeah, so this now the presence part is that you can feel this because whenever you observe something in this infinite field in the quantum, when you observe something, then you can manifest into the physical aspect to feel it. The feeling is about the body, and the body, feeling is in the body, right? Feeling, emotion is in the body. Only awareness is there outside the body in the consciousness. Awareness means, right now I say, can you put your awareness on your nose without touching? You can know that, okay, there is something called nose exists. There is awareness, right? Or observe. So the feeling is in the body, which is that that's what. So emptiness is infinite presence. So presence, how do you feel it? Your presence can be felt by observing. It becomes a matter, so you can feel it or you can sense it. You can, right? You can feel, emotionally you have it. Or that emptiness with an awareness, just as a thought, also you can know that, okay, there is this emptiness is there. Either it is a black color, it is a light color, it is a light, it's like a sea calm. That's all your awareness with which you feel that the bliss feeling that we all have. When we get into bliss feeling, that is where you're experiencing maybe like an ocean. You know that it is all big, but it's like an ocean, right? And it is all empty. Or some people experience as a blackness. That is all empty, it's all black. For some it is dark, some it is light. So we feel this whole infinity either as the presence of that infinity, either as an awareness in the form of thought, or as matter with a feeling and emotion. Either way, it is the presence of it is felt, either as awareness or as a feeling and emotion, depending on whether we are in a non-dual state or a dual state. Non-dual state means becoming one with this whole energy. Dual state means we apply a specific consciousness for a given matter in a given time frame, right? So that is a dual state. Either way, experiencing it. So emptiness is infinite presence. Is how we experience. We say you can experience the quantum field.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you,
okay,
sir.
it's fine. Yeah.
Sir, we have one more participant raising hand. Srilata. Can you please unmute and ask your question?
Thank you, Swadhyay, for staying through. I feel encouraged that you are there.
Srilata?
It's my pleasure to get such an enlightened message from you.
Hello.
Thank you.
Yeah, please go on,
Yes.
Srilata.
Thank you, Master. And first of all, my request is that like we are Indians and I am not that much educated, but I am able to feel that there is a depth meaning you are going on telling that I'm not able to follow something like so many words like bless and so many words there. I'm not able to follow, but there is a something powerful meaning what you're saying. So, if you are conducting India in class, can you conduct any Hindi classes, sir? Rashtriya Bhasha.
Hindi class, I don't know. I mean, I can converse in Hindi, but not conduct a meditation session in Hindi. My mother tongue is Telugu, madam. So I can do a Telugu class and
It's
not.
fine, sir. Telugu అయితే ఇంకా బాగుంటుంది సార్ నో ప్రాబ్లం
Okay,
సార్
okay.
నేను మార్నింగ్ కూడా ఒకసారి క్లాస్ విన్నాను మెడిటేషన్ చేశాను అసలు నాకు కళ్ళు తెరవంగానే నా చేతిలో 5 బ్లాక్ స్టోన్స్ కనిపించాయి ఎందుకు కనిపించాయి అనేది నాకు అసలు తెలియదు ఐఎమ్ స్టార్టర్ అది ఎందుకు కనిపించింది తెలియదు పైన చూస్తే ఒక చిన్న పిరమిడ్ ఉంది చిన్నది ఎందుకుందో అర్థం కాలేదు బట్ అక్కడ కూడా మీరు ఇంగ్లీష్ లో మాట్లాడుతున్నారు ఐ వెంట ఇన్ టు సంథింగ్ డీప్ అనమాట 1 మంత్ అయింది మీ క్లాస్ అక్కడ చూశాను అటెండ్ అయిదామని అసలు వెళ్ళాను బట్ డీప్ వెళ్ళిపోయాను సార్ మీరు అక్కడ ఏం మాట్లాడుతున్నారో నాకు ఏం తెలియదు అలా కూర్చొని అలా లోపలికి డీప్ వెళ్ళిపోయి దాని తర్వాత ఆ చెయ్యిలో చూస్తే 5 బ్లాక్ స్టోన్ చూశాను సార్ దాని అర్థం ఏమైనా ఉంటుందా సార్
చెప్పలేము మేడం ఎవరి ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఆర్ ఇండివిజువల్ సో నేను ఎవరు చెప్తే అది అలాగనే కాదు బికాజ్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు ఫస్ట్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ వి రైట్ డౌన్ సో దట్ మనకి ఓవర్ అ పీరియడ్లో విల్ బి ఏబుల్ టు కనెక్ట్ సంథింగ్ విత్ ఇట్ every experience of individual's experience cannot be interpreted by somebody else. It is not necessary and it should not be also. So you just write it down, అనిపిస్తుంటుంది ఓహో ఇది ఎందుకు వచ్చింది అని అనిపిస్తే ఓకే లేకపోతే జస్ట్ ఇగ్నోర్ ఇట్ బికాజ్ ఇట్ జస్ట్ అనదర్ వే ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్సింగ్ ఎనర్జీ బికాజ్ మనకు తెలిసింది తక్కువ తెలియని చాలా ఎక్కువ సైన్స్ ప్రకారం చూసుకున్నా కూడా మనకు తెలిసింది ఆవగింజ అయితే తెలియని ఎంతో కొండంత ఉంది కాబట్టి ఆ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ మనం ఇంటర్ప్రిట్ చేయలేము చాలాసార్లు ఓకే కాబట్టి మనకు తెలుసు ఓకే మెడిటేషన్ ద్వారా నేను ఆ శక్తిని అవుతున్నాను ఆ శక్తి క్షేత్రాన్ని నేనే అవుతున్నాను విశ్వం అంత శూన్యం ఉంది ఆ శూన్యంలో శక్తి ఉంది దాని శక్తితో నేను ఒకటి అవుతున్నాను కాబట్టి నేను ఒక బాడీగా దేహంగా కాకుండా ఒక శక్తిగా అవుతున్నాను అయితే మనకు తెలుస్తుంది శక్తిగా అయిన తర్వాత శక్తిగా ఉన్నాం అనుకోండి ఆ విధంగా కాన్సెప్ట్ జీవిస్తే దాని ద్వారా మనకి ఎన్నో విషయాలు వస్తాయి తెలుస్తాయి ఓకే సో అలా అనమాట
సార్ ఇది థాట్స్ కొంచెం తీసి పక్కన పెట్టి కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ గా కూర్చోవడానికి
ఏమీ లేదు మేడం జస్ట్ శ్వాస మీద శ్వాస పెట్టడం మాత్రమే ఇంకేముంది మేడం దాని టిప్ ఏమి లేదు ఇంకా బికాజ్ థాట్స్ వస్తాయి మేడం దట్ ఇస్ ఓకే స్లోలీ ప్రాక్టీస్ అండ్ ఇట్ విల్ గో డౌన్ అంటే థాట్ పోవడం అనేది ఉండదు దట్స్ వాట్ ఐ వాస్ ట్రైయింగ్ టు టెల్ ఎంప్టీగా పూర్తిగా అయిపోయి అందులోనే ఉండాలి అన్నటువంటి నెసెసిటీ లేదు ధ్యానంలో ఎంటీ అవ్వడానికి బ్రెత్ అబ్జర్వ్ చేయాలి అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు చాలాసార్లు మనం ఎంటీకి వెళ్తాం కానీ మనకు తెలియదు అంతే ఎంటీకి వెళ్ళామని ఎందుకంటే ధ్యానంలో మనకి టైము స్పేస్ రెండింటిని మనం క్రాస్ చేస్తాం కాలాన్ని దూరాన్ని రెండింటిని కూడా మనం ఆ రెండింటిని క్రాస్ చేస్తాం ప్రదేశాన్ని కాలాన్ని క్రాస్ చేస్తాం క్రాస్ చేసినప్పుడు మనం ఎంటీగా అయ్యాం కూడా మనకు తెలియదు అనమాట అంటే నేను ఏమంటానంటే కనీసం ఒక 30 సెకండ్లు ఎంటీనెస్తో ఏ థాట్ లేకుండా ఉంటే మాత్రమే మనకు తెలుస్తుంది, ఓకే నేను థాట్లో లేను, నేను థాట్ లేకుండా ఉన్నానని కనీసం 30 సెకండ్లు కంటిన్యూస్గా ఉంటే అప్పుడు మనకు తెలుస్తుంది, మన బ్రెయిన్ రికార్డ్ చేస్తుంది కాన్షియస్గా. ఓహో నేను ఒక 30 సెకండ్లు థాట్లు లేకుండా ఉన్నాను అని తెలుస్తుంది మనకి. సపోజ్ మీరు 2 సెకండ్లే ఉన్నారనుకోండి, మళ్ళీ నెక్స్ట్ మళ్ళీ థాట్లోకి వెళ్ళిపోయారు అనుకోండి, మళ్ళీ వచ్చారు, మళ్ళీ 2 సెకండ్లే థాట్ లేకుండా ఉన్నారు, మళ్ళీ వెళ్ళిపోయారు. మీరు మెడిటేషన్ బయటకు వచ్చిన తర్వాత వచ్చేసారు, మొత్తం మెడిటేషన్ అంతా నేను థాట్లో ఉన్నాను అనుకుంటాం. కానీ చాలాసార్లు 2 సెకండ్లు మీరు థాట్లెస్లోకి వెళ్ళారు, అది సరిపోతుంది చాలా, అంతే. ఆ మాత్రం చాలా ఆ ఎనర్జీ రావడానికి, మన మెసేజ్లు రావడానికి, మన తర్వాత ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ అవ్వడానికి కూడాను. ఓకే,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So I have a question, sir, if you have time. We are done with questions from panelists and attendees. So
yes.
The thing is, like they say that, like I was mentioning while summarizing, that you need to live in, you need to bring that emotion that you already manifested something so that it comes to you. So how do we sustain that feeling, sir? Because yes, it is easy to bring that emotion, and then you can hold on to it for some time, but again somewhere your logical mind acts and you try to deviate from that emotion. Like you can't I find it difficult to live in that feeling that I already manifested something. So how do we sustain that?
No, you're not holding on to the emotion throughout. Let's say if you're visualizing for about 8 to 10 minutes in a manifestation time, meditation, so you are feeling of that, right? And afterwards you come out in the wakeful state, you're carrying on your life, except that the decisions you make, suppose it's about doing service, right? You want to do service, you want to do meditation classes. You visualize that every day you're doing 3 classes. Now when we come out in the wakeful state, the way it works is that now you feel that as if it's happened. So in the wakeful state, you at least do 1 class, if not 3 classes. If each class is for 1 hour, you do at least 10-minute class. You have to work as if it is happening in your life, means at least you have you schedule a time of at least 10 minutes, 1 class you do. So then that is because that's not is possible, suppose, because you're so busy right now, so you only have 10 minutes. So do 10-minute 1 class. So it is still a step towards you having classes. Ade bayatiki vachi, because I still don't have time, when I manifest that extra time, then I will do class, and then it will not happen because there will future it. But instead you do concrete little actions, everything that is possible within you. If you want to donate $500 a month, now you donate as $5 a month. You don't have to wait for that extra paycheck to come, then you will say I'll donate in future. Instead you start doing, okay, $500 is not possible, but today $5 is possible because I'm abundant. Abundance of $5 I'll give. So you feel that, okay, I've got this much I'm going to give because it is happening for me. So the feeling of visualization is sustained in your visualization sequence. Then you do wakeful time. Then again maybe madhyana once again you visualize. Again night once again you visualize. That time only you have to sustain it, right? Rest of the time we are saying don't go back and say it is not there. I'm still in the same old self and a concept theory. అటువంటి ఆలోచన లిమిటింగ్ థాట్స్ ఓల్డ్ సెల్ఫ్ ఆలోచన వచ్చినప్పుడు వీ హ్యావ్ టు కట్ దెమ్. If you do more meditation, you will become aware, and then you will automatically not entertain old thought. Okay.
Thank you for sharing, and thank you for your time, sir. I mean, our family and friends, many of us are immensely benefiting from all the workshops that you are doing through Buddha's Evo, and great wisdom shared, and thank you for guiding us, sir.
Thank you.
Chandrasekhar, your guided meditation was really wonderful. I felt the absence of my physical body. Really, I felt the emptiness. It's such a blissful music, and your guided thing, really fantastic. We will do it repeatedly in a few.
That's great. You are there. You will listen to it. I'm made. My day is made, Suresh Garu. That's great.
It's my pleasure. It's my fortune.
Okay. Wonderful.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Swapna.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you, Swapna ji. And then thank you all organizers, Sai and Swarna madam and Anuradha madam, I think, right? Yes. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Yes.
Good night.
Thank you. All right. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Sai?
So friends, hope you all got most of your questions answered.
Magazine video, sir, then we can.
Yeah, sure. Friends, hope you got most of your questions answered through the session. And thank you so much for joining us today. Please subscribe to Spiritual India Magazine, an international bi-monthly English journal published from Hyderabad, India. Spiritual India team has assumed the responsibility of passing the knowledge of true spirituality obtained from various spiritual scientists and spiritual gurus from the world and making it available to everyone. This magazine is the heartthrob magazine of Pyramid Spiritual Societies Movement India. So please subscribe to the magazine. Edwin, can you please play the video? Thank you all once again. This is Swapna Gajala signing off from Austin, Texas.